This playlist has another video which tells you how to make polylines with the help of the mouse. So you draw with the mouse, and that was done by implementing the MouseListener interface. Today we will extend that functionality. So, so this was what was done last time. You could draw with the help of the mouse. So today we will see how to change the color of these lines and also change the thickness of these lines. For this purpose, let us implement another interface. So in Java, everything is about interfaces, and uh, this interface is called MouseWheelListener in java.auth.event. So when you implement this interface, you have to write the implementation for a method which is called as MouseWheelMoved. That means the code for what has to be done when the user moves the mouse. So first, let me import this. All right. First of all, let us see how I can change the color of this uh, drawing. So this graphics context, which was called last time G2, was used to draw polylines using two arrays, X and Y arrays. Both have the same length. All right. Today, first of all, let us use graphics 2D from Java 2D, and let's call this G2D context, and then we will cast. Let us cast the earlier context to this one. So there is some additional functionality which is available when you use a graphics 2D object. So when you use graphics 2D, you'll be easily able to change the thickness of the lines that we're writing with. So I switch to graphics 2D. So this is casting. I cast my earlier graphics object to a graphics 2D object. Let us set a new color. So I use this context and I say set color. The methods all begin with a small letter, so S is small, it's not capitalized. So let us randomize this. So you could say write new color. So every time you write with a new color, and maths.random times 256. So this will give you colors from 0 to 255 for the red component. So the the constructor goes like this: new color, R component, G component, and blue component. So red, green, and blue components. Let's copy this. So you randomize the red, you randomize the green, and the blue as well. So each time you write, let us check that. Oh, before we do that, the polyline that is being drawn has also to be using, is supposed to use G2D now, and not the graphics context that we used earlier. So let us do that. So I'm going to use G2D, the new graphics context, instead of the old one. Till now we haven't done anything which actually requires G2D. So the purpose of G2D is to actually thicken the line easily. But you will see what change has been done. So you see, instead of monotonous black color, we are getting to use random colors, but still we are unable to change the thickness of the line. So this functionality will implement with the mouse wheel. So because it's very easy, you easily scroll the mouse wheel up and down, and you could code it to actually change the thickness of these lines. So let us get to that part now. So the purpose that I have actually switched to G to D for is to use a method called set stroke, which uses the constructor new basic stroke. All right, and here, so you could change or give a width of the brush. So this can change, and we want to change this by using the mouse wheel. This appears to be thicker than earlier. So let us introduce a variable, say W, for width, and this W will try to control with the scrolling of the mouse. Before we use it, let us declare it here, say int W is equal to 0. By default, let W be equal to 0. Now we'll write the program to change this when we scroll the mouse. So here is the function that we are implementing. This function came with the interface. All you have to do is remember that in Java, y-axis increases downwards. So if you move up, you're going negative. If you move down, you're going positive. So down is positive. There is an event E which we can use to our advantage. You can write if E dot get mouse wheel rotation. This is a method, get mouse wheel rotation. So I think I was wrong. In the method is actually called get wheel rotation. Yeah. So if E dot get wheel rotation is less than 0, which means negative, or we are moving up. So this is moving up. This W has to decrease. So I will say W minus minus, decrease it by 1. But you know what? What if this becomes minus 3? Then the brush stroke won't exist. 3 minus 3 is 0. So I have to limit this. This W cannot be any smaller than minus 2. So there has to be a condition that I have to put. So and logical and W is not equal to minus 2. So because I use my brush size to be 3, if this W becomes minus 3, then there will be no brush existing, no thickness of the brush existing. So what I do is that I limit this W to be not any less than minus 2, so that at least I get 1 for the width of the basic stroke. And if I move up, so let me write up is negative and down is positive. Now 3 plus W cannot be 0. That is why I am saying, w should not be -2. So till you get w is equal to -2, you will be able to use this condition. Alright. Also, if E dot get wheel rotation is positive, which is more than 0, or you're going down, then keep increasing the size of the brush. And I don't mind, even if the brush size becomes 10 or 20, whatever, it still works. So no upper limit for, the max brush size. So more than 0 is down is positive in Java. Alright. So these two things we'll program. Will this work now? It still won't work. There's one problem. Alright. The problem is that all the code inside this is like somebody speaking to you. You can speak, but the other person has to listen. So unless and until you have explicitly mentioned add mouse wheel listener to this, nothing will work. Alright, let us check that. So you need ears to listen. No ears, but whatever change you do in that code will not affect anything. So I am trying to move my mouse wheel. I can't show you that, but I did move it. Nothing happened. Same thickness. Alright, now let me, I'll scroll the mouse wheel NB2, the mouse button 2, and let us see what happens. So no movement on my second mouse button, and now I'll move my second mouse button down. This should drastically change. So it works. Fantastic. And the colors are randomized as well. And now I will move the mouse wheel up. I can move as much as I want, but 3 plus W cannot be 0, and we have taken care of that condition. So that's all, folks. Thank you very much.